Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and this is gonna be my thoughts on the Batman vs. Superman movie. Yeah, like I said, I went to see it this past Sunday, and yeah, I thought it was a good movie. Yeah, I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was a good movie, but not a great movie. Yeah, I mean, the critics have really been panning this movie hard. I mean, on Rotten Tomatoes, this only has 29% on the tomato meter from critics, yeah. The consensus is Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice smothers a potentially powerful story and some of America's most iconic superheroes in a grim whirlwind of effects driven action. And yeah, that's really not really what I saw when I watched this movie. Yeah, I mean, I really did enjoy the movie. Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe some people, that the critics and some people may be like just really bashing this movie really because we don't really see very much of like Batman versus Superman. I mean, yeah, in fact, we don't really see like that much of Batman in this movie. Yeah, this movie is mainly like more about Superman, and yeah, I mean, we see a lot more of Superman in this movie. I mean, yeah, this just seems like a sequel to Man of Steel. I mean, they could have just called this like Man of Steel 2 Dawn of Justice or something. I mean, yeah, I really didn't think it really could didn't really need to be called Batman versus Superman. I mean, there was really like not that much of Batman in this movie. I mean, he was still like he still did make like some big appearances in the movie, but yeah, we really didn't like see him that much. And yeah, at least not as much as we did Superman. Not nearly as much. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I did still enjoy this movie. I mean, yeah, you have like really like Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent really throughout this movie they're just trying to learn about Lex Luthor and like what he's really planning to do. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. I would say that I did enjoy this movie like I did enjoy it more than Man of Steel, I'd say, yeah. Probably I would say this is maybe the third best Superman movie ever made. Yeah. And because yeah, I do like it more than like Superman Returns and Man of Steel, but yeah, still not on par with the first two Superman films. Yeah. And as far as Batman movies go, I would probably say this is maybe third worst, quote unquote worst, but yeah, not to say this is bad. This just is probably like in the bottom three Batman films. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I would definitely say it's better than Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, but yeah, I wouldn't yeah, I can't call it as good as the Christopher Nolan films or like first the two Tim Burton films. But yeah, yeah, I mean, but I still like it. Yeah, I mean, Ben Affleck, I mean, he wasn't as bad as I thought he was going to be. I mean, I thought he just really wasn't going to do that well, but I thought he did just fine in this. Yeah, yeah. And Henry Cavill, I mean, yeah, he's still, like, he was, like, just fine as Superman again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, here we do get to actually see him and working for the Daily Planet a lot more. Yeah, I mean, just yeah, he just became employed by the Daily Planet at the end of Man of Steel. So yeah, we got to see him actually working for the Daily Planet in this movie. Yeah, 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 and yeah, other characters in this movie I thought or, were all right. Okay, yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, Amy Adams as Lois Lane, I mean, she's just fine in this. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White, he's just fine, yeah. I thought Jeremy Irons as Alfred Pennyworth was alright, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, he really wasn't that bad in the role. Yeah, but yeah, he just seemed like really wasted in this movie. Like, we really didn't see very much of Alfred in the movie at all. I mean, and yeah, only time we really see him is like when Bruce Wayne is really like talking with him inside of his lair. And like a couple of times when Batman is calling to him to see what he should do. So yeah, we really don't see very much of Alfred in this movie. But yeah, as far as his appearance goes, I mean, I thought Jeremy Irons was just fine in the role of Alfred. I mean, yeah, he did act a lot more like Michael Goff off in the Tim Burton Schumacher films. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he didn't quite. he wasn't nearly as involved as Michael Caine was in the Christopher Nolan films. Yeah, I mean, but I still do say that Michael Gough is the best Alfred. Yeah, Jeremy Irons was a lot more like Michael Gough than he was Michael Caine. Yeah, I mean, he was like really seemed a lot kinder like Michael Gough was, and yeah, he was just like giving Bruce Wayne some directions for what to do. Yeah, thought he was just fine, and yeah, yeah. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I mean, yeah, when I saw this, I did think he did look pretty young in this, and yeah, he did. I mean, I really would say that Gene Hackman and Kevin Spacey were better choices to be cast. I mean, they were actually like looked good for the roles. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jesse Eisenberg, he just looked really young. I mean, he still just looked like a teenager. I mean, this just seemed like the same problem Superman Returns had with Superman and Lois Lane. I mean, just Lex Luthor looked way too young in this movie. I mean, would you really believe that a guy that looks 16 like this is like a CEO of a corporation? I mean, yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, we also have what Gal Gadot. I think that's how you say it, Gal Gadot or Gadot. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, she as Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman. And yeah, I mean, yeah, and I just really did. I liked how it was just like you really don't. She's like really mysterious, and she was like spying on Bruce Wayne, and then yeah, Bruce eventually figures out who she is, and then yeah, she makes the big appearance at and during the fight around the end of the movie as Wonder Woman. I mean, it was just really awesome to see that. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, we really don't see that much of the other Justice League superheroes in the movie. I mean, they just make like really small appearances as in the movie, just as like we're seeing them on video as like they're being as Diana is like just tracking down where they are. Yeah. Yeah, I still did really enjoy this Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was good but not great. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, we don't really see very much of Batman and Superman together until like around the end of the movie. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's maybe one of the reasons that people did feel the way they did about the movie. Especially like the critics. Yeah, like I said, I mean, they could have probably just called this Man of Steel 2 Dawn of Justice and yeah, a Batman appearance, or even like they could have even just like maybe just like push Batman aside for most of this movie, and then yeah, they probably could have just actually maybe held off this movie for a little bit, and yeah, they could have then just have the next Batman movie with Ben Affleck, and yeah, have make some other superhero movies like the Wonder Woman movie and that. Yeah, and then have it lead up to this movie. I probably would have liked it better that way than just like have it be like this and then have like the other movies to build up to the Justice League movie. Probably would have liked it better like that. I mean, similar to like what the Marvel Cinematic Universe did. Like at first we just saw like the individual movies for the heroes like Iron Man and Hulk and Thor. Yeah, and then it led up to the Avengers, yeah, and then afterwards, then we did like see like so more of them, and yeah, working together and stuff. Yeah, I probably would have liked it better like this. I mean, yeah, DC is now having their own movie universe like this, the DC Extended Universe. Yeah, it started like with Man of Steel, and then with this, and yeah, now it's gonna head to other stuff like the Wonder Woman movie, the new Batman, and yeah, Justice League, and the other ones. Yeah, probably would have liked it better if they would have actually like probably held this movie off until some other movies of this DC extended universe were made, and then have this movie then and be made. It'd have to like we kind of see more of them and before this, and then have it go to a Justice League movie. I probably would have liked it better that way. But as is, I mean, don't really think this movie is that bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll just go over the premise of the movie real quick. Yeah. The movie is set 18 months after the events of Man of Steel. Oh yeah, and then it shows Bruce Wayne like in coming to Metropolis, and yeah, he like stops an attack on the city. And yeah, oh yeah, and the movie also opens up kind of like Batman Begins did, and like the flashbacks in the Tim Burton Batman. It shows like Bruce with his parents when he was a young child, and then shows his parents dying, and yeah, it just shows then him falling into the bat lair. Yeah, and then yeah, we then have him like coming to Metropolis to this and stopping a attack on the city, and then yeah, he saves a little girl, but it shows her. But he figures out that her mom was in a building that was on the attack, and yeah, the building is ends up destroyed, and the mother's dying. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, there's Lex Luthor, and yeah, he's trying to convince the senator to allow him to import kryptonite from the Indian Ocean, yeah, and use it against the Kryptonians, yeah. And yeah, that shows both Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent at a party for Lex Luthor at LexCorp. And then yeah, it shows that Bruce is trying to uh, fig- figure out more about Lex Luthor from his data drive. I've, I've yeah, and then he sees that Diana is kind of spying on him really mysteriously, and yeah, Bruce is trying to like follow her outside, but she ends up just going before he can get to her. And yeah, we see like Clark and Bruce who's meeting each other, and yeah, they're just speaking to each other briefly. And yeah, most of the movie is just being spent on Bruce really trying to learn more about Lex Luthor and Clark. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, it's later revealed by Bruce that he's planning to steal kryptonite to weaponize it in case it would be necessary to fight against Superman. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I've talked about the bat suit before. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the bat suit really, I don't really think it's that great. I mean, the bat symbol in this movie is just way too big, and yeah, just the horns for the mask, they're just real too short. Yeah, and yeah, also kind of an interesting turn turn for Batman in this movie is that Batman is now branding the bat symbol onto the like different people. Yeah, I guess it's just to send a message of who he is. Yeah. Yeah, and it's showing that there are bombings going on at Congress this hearing, and yeah, then it shows like Superman going to stop them. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, Bruce is just like seeing Superman all over, and yeah, he's kind of seeing him kind of as like I really don't really know if I should say a threat, but he's kind of like he doesn't really like what Superman is doing or something. Yeah, 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 and then yeah, later on, after Superman is just like really like unhappy that he's failed to save people, and then he just like goes into exile. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then yeah, Batman eventually stole some kryptonite from LexCorp, or by preparing to battle Superman. And yeah, and then eventually Superman then returned, and then then Luthor eventually kidnaps Clark's mother Martha, and he's holding her hostage, and he told Superman that if he wants her to survive, that he'll have to destroy Batman. Yeah, And then yeah, it then shows in Gotham, Batman has his mechanical over the top suit, which I've talked about. I don't like it. Yeah, and then yeah, Batman then like reveals the bat signal. And then yeah, Superman heads to Gotham, and then yeah, Lois Lane is also in pursuit, following Superman there. And then then Superman eventually arrived in Gotham, and then yeah, Batman initiated a fight against Clark, and yeah, then Batman had a kind of a like a spear with kryptonite or something like that, yeah, and and he also like sprayed some kryptonite gases or something onto Superman, and yeah, that ended up weakening Superman, and yeah, and then and yeah. Yeah, then when it looked like Batman was about to actually kill Superman, and Superman then uttered "Save Martha" to Batman, and yeah, at first Batman thought that he was talking about his own mother, since yeah, Bruce Wayne's mother was also named Martha. Yeah, and then yeah, Lois Lane then eventually arrived, and yeah, she then explained what was going on to Batman, and then yeah, and then once he heard about it, Luthor's plan, then Batman then went to save Martha, as Superman went to confront Luthor, and then yeah, Luthor then just made like some really monstrous creature, or that he mixed from Zod's body and his Luthor's own DNA. Yeah, and then yeah, it showed like Batman and Superman battling it, and then Wonder Woman then showed up, and yeah, the three of them then teamed up to try to stop the monster. But then the monster was just too much for them, and the monster outmatched them, and yeah, the monster was able to absorb energy, and then Superman and eventually realized that the monster's like weakness was kryptonite, and yeah, Superman then used that kryptonite spear and impales the monster, and at the same time the monster ended up stabbing Superman and right in the chest, and yeah, that ended up killing Superman as well. Yeah, yeah, and then eventually Luthor ended up being arrested. And yeah, a memorial was held for Superman, and yeah, and during his memorial, Bruce Wayne was asking Diana to help him find the others that she's with, and yeah, this would like assemble the Justice League. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, the movie ended with like some heart beating echoes from Clark's casket, and then it just showed the earth that was actually on the casket like rising up, and yeah, and then this showed that he was still alive, and yeah, that's how it ended. So this will end up carrying over to like the Justice League movie and like the other movies as well. Yeah, so it was a good like kind of tease or to lead up to like what goes on next in this DC extended universe. So yeah, we'll see what goes on for the other movies in the series with the next like Ben Affleck Batman movie, and yeah, Wonder Woman movie, and then yeah, it'll lead up to the Justice League movie, and yeah, we'll just see what goes on in next in this DC extended universe. And yeah. So yeah, I did like the movie. I guess I can see how some people were kind of like disappointed with it, but yeah, I still really did enjoy it. I mean, the 2.5 hours this movie lasted, it really just seemed to really like fly by me, and it kept me entertained for the 2.5 hours it lasted. Yeah, I mean, they just really seemed to fly by for me. Yeah, it wasn't like it was just going on forever, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going too long. Will you just end already? I mean, yeah, it did like I was intrigued by it, and yeah, I did enjoy the movie. Yeah, so if you, well, yeah, I mean, if you really like want to see like a movie with Batman and Superman actually teaming up, yeah, this movie really isn't about that. I mean, yeah, they don't really team up until the end. I mean, so yeah, if you're expecting that through the whole movie, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really recommend say that you should watch this. But yeah, if you are okay with just like just like Superman and Batman at first, like wanting to stop each other, and yeah, if you really are intrigued by the title and want to see a Superman fight, and if you are patient enough, yeah, I mean, yeah, you should. I would say that you should check this movie out. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I do like it. So yeah, I would say like if you just want to really see kind of a different turn on Batman and Superman, and because yeah, that was really what this movie was. I mean, it was kind of a different turn on it. Yeah. So yeah, you should check this movie out if you want to see something like that. So yeah, so yeah, my final verdict. I do think it is good, just not great. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not like an outstanding movie, but it is still really enjoyable. So yeah, yeah. If you just want to watch something like not really like that intense but enjoyable, yeah, go ahead and check this out. All right, so yeah, that does it for my thoughts on Batman vs Superman. I did enjoy it, and yeah, yeah, and I think you may too, depending on what kind of movie you're expecting. So yeah, alright, so yeah, that's all I have to say about this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.